Okay, guys, so I want to talk about something that has kind of come to my mind, more or less, in the recent days. Now, recently it's been announced that Chris Evans, I believe, after doing Cap 3 and Avengers 3, he will be retiring from the role of Captain America. He'll be hanging up that shield, and that will be it for him for Captain America, because apparently he's going into directing, so good on him. Good on Chris Evans for that. Now, moving on to the big question of this, is because Marvel clearly wants to keep these things going. So recently it's also been confirmed that Sebastian Stan has confirmed that he has signed on for 9 more films with Marvel. He has officially confirmed that he is doing about 9 more Marvel films before his contract is up. And that being said, he's got more films than Steve Rogers, so a lot of people are wondering, and I'm going to pose this question to you guys. Do you guys think that they will kill off Chris Evans as Captain America and make, do the whole Bucky Cap thing? That would be interesting, in my opinion. I think that would be major. That would be very interesting. The question is, where would you kill him? Probably, maybe Avengers 3, because that's his last movie. That's the big thing. That's kind of the big overarching thought, is that maybe he'll die there, or maybe Cap will retire and Bucky will take over. That's another thing. Maybe Steve will just be like, you know what, I'm going to pass the shield to you and just hide off. But nah, knowing Josh Whedon, it's never that simple. But yeah, I'm all for this. I am totally all for Sebastian Stan playing not only Bucky Barnes, because everything I've heard from Winter Soldier, if you've seen the movie already, please don't spoil it for me, by the way. I'm eagerly awaiting the film. But anyway, getting back to the other thing. Everything I've heard from Captain America the Winter Soldier is oh, he kills it as Bucky Barnes. Oh, he kills it as the Winter Soldier. Yeah, so I would be totally all for the rest of the Marvel film franchise going on with Bucky Barnes as Cap from then on. But then you have to wonder, would they do that with because the other people with their contracts, when Robert Downey Jr. finally leaves the role, would they kill him off and just replace him with Rhodey, or would they get another actor? That's something you have to look at too. That's something you have to look at as well, because Tony Stark's the Iron Man movie was the thing that kicked off the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's kind of a big thing, more or less. So that kind of leaves in question, when his contract runs out, does that mean Don Cheadle will become Iron Man? Or when Chris Hemsworth's contract runs out, does that mean they'll bring in Beta Ray Bill? That's the thing you have to look at. I mean, yeah, I'd love to see all these other characters kind of go on and continue their other people's work. But on the other hand, the general audience would want to be like, well, I want to see Iron Man, or I want to see Thor. I didn't come here to see a guy slinging his hammer, a horsehead guy slinging a hammer around. That's the general public. Me personally, most of you guys know this, that I'm a huge fan of Beta Ray Bill, so I would be so stoked if they did a Beta Ray Bill movie. That's just me. But yeah. That's kind of the big thing right now, is that would they just recast or would they replace? That kind of leads, because Chris Evans said that he will be leaving the role of Captain America, and Sebastian Stan has signed on for 9 more films. So and we know that whole story of him becoming Captain America is very popular. It's not a hated story at all. In fact, it's very well liked. And yeah, I think it would be interesting to see him become Captain America in this universe. I think it'd be very interesting, especially how his costume looks. I think that would be something that'd be interesting to transition into it, because his costume is very different from Steve's, and not to mention he has no super soldier serum in him. He's just a well-trained fighter, and that would be an interesting story of Sebastian why am I keep saying the actor's name, of Bucky, of seeing that in film, of Bucky being like, well, the whole time I was used as a weapon, now I have to become this symbol of freedom, something I always fought for the bad guy against my will, and I am the very antithesis of freedom. Why did Cap choose me to be, Captain America? Why did Steve choose me to be Captain America? Why did he choose me to use the shield? I think that would be something interesting to see in a movie franchise done. I would think that would be a very interesting character arc for him. And yeah, I think it could actually, I honestly think it could work. Also, if you ask Pop Culture Diva this, of her opinion on this, she's just so happy that there's a possibility of a Romanian actor playing a major American character. Just saying that's Deanna's whole endgame right now. She's probably watching this too and wants to kill me right now. But yeah, she was so happy about this theory. And keep in mind, guys, this isn't confirmed at all. This is just a theory I have and a lot of other people. Keep that in mind, that this is just nothing more than a theory. I think is it a possibility? Yeah, but they could easily go right around and be like, oh, we're going to have Chris Evans act, Steve Rogers played by another actor, and Sebastian Stan is going to keep playing Winter Soldier. That could easily happen as well. That is also like a major possibility that we have to look into. I personally would be fine either way. It just depends on what actor they get to replace Chris Evans. I mean, Marvel has not done a bad casting yet, in my opinion. There hasn't been like a cast that's like, what the fuck? What the fuck were you thinking? It's always been like, yeah, I can see it, or yeah, I'm positive about this. There's never been like a cast in these films where I was like, oh no. So if they do decide to do the whole recast thing with Steve Rogers, it would just depend on the actor. But yeah, like I said, Marvel chooses the right people to get for these films. But on the other hand, I would absolutely love to see that character evolution of Bucky becoming Captain America transitioned into film. I think that's a very cool character progression, and you would see, the death of a major icon on film, and then see the rise of this character that's fallen from grace become the ultimate symbol of freedom. I think that's something you could easily transition into film. I think that's something you would transition to film and make it interesting. But yeah, but like I said, they could easily go, oh, he's still going to be Winter Soldier. It's just going to be, someone else playing Steve Rogers outside of Captain America. They haven't confirmed nor deny anything. In fact, all they've said was, oh, well, Chris Evans is leaving after, his contract is up, but we've got Sebastian Stan for 9 more films. That's about it. That's all they've said for the movies. I'm open to any to either or, either one, or something else might happen. We don't know. That's just the thing. This is just me and a lot of other people just talking rumors. That's literally all it really is. But anyway, that's. It's just a thought that just came to me, and I was like, you know what? I really want to talk about this. I know a few other people have talked about this, but I wanted to bring this and just get my and just give my 2 cents on it. And yeah, I think it could work. Sebastian Stan is literally, I've heard nothing but good things about Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I've heard like, oh my god, it's like as my friend Jason Voorhees said, it's like, people have been saying that it's like the Dark Knight of the Marvel films. So yeah, that's a really high pedestal to put on there, people. I hope that backs up. But I've heard nothing but really good things about the Winter Soldier. So yeah, it's just something I'm really looking forward to, and I'm really curious to see what the future for the Captain America films and the Marvel movies in general after this. Because the one thing they've said in this, I was watching the Assembling a Universe documentary, and the one thing they said about the Winter Soldier is that it is a major game changer in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Iron Man 3 was a big one, Thor the Dark World was a big one, but they keep saying that, what happens in the Winter Soldier is going to be massive. It is going to be gigantic. in comparison to the other two Phase 2 films, and it is something that is going to play a major part in the Age of Ultron. That's what I keep hearing, and that's what they said in the Assembling the Universe documentary they had. So, this is something that's just going to be mind-blowing either ways. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it up to you. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we'll see Bucky Barnes become Captain America in the films, or do you think they'll keep him as Winter Soldier in the films, and do you think they'll have another actor for Captain America? Alright, guys, that's really all I had to say. I'm really curious to see what you guys think of this, because this is a big thing, and I'm really curious, if that does happen, if we do get Bucky Cap in the films, which I'd be all for, what would the general audience think? Would they think, oh, that's pretty cool, or oh, this is stupid? Why did they kill off the best character? Why did they kill off this character for Captain America and all that? This is just a lot of factors that could prove to be interesting. But yeah, I've said my piece enough. I really want to know what you guys think of all this. Just let me know what you guys think on all of this. Anyway, I'm out.